everyone, I'm coming to you tonight again after a fantastic exercise yesterday, and we have some more really good stuff scheduled for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have some of my students actually teaching for children. They actually created activities, fitness, and so forth and so on, and specific activities for children. So that's what we're going to come to you. But today, what I wanted to talk to you about today is this idea of being a victim in the situation, or can we be a victor of the situation? And this is something that some of you may get upset with what I say, and I am not sorry. I am hoping that you are going to take what I say as deep as you can take it, and use this next 30 days now. This is going to be yesterday I posted that we are on for at least another 30 days with our lockdowns, and some of us have it worse than others. We can still go out of the house if we are not meeting anyone, we're not talking to anyone. We can come out, like we can come out here to the dock, but we cannot go to pools, this and that, and other things. So basically the beauty of the place in some ways closed down. So we all have the same suffering in different ways. I mean, obviously, if somebody's locked into a cruise ship, into their cabin, that so many of the people are, obviously is not the same as me being able to come out here to talk to you. I get it. But here's the thing. What I want all of us to understand is that this is a decision-making moment. This day, this is the 17th or 18th days that we started to do this Corona support every day, coming to you live. Whether we're helping or not, I hope we do, but at least we are with you, we support you, we help you with your immune system, something. But we made this decision, and I just had this conversation yesterday with my students that we were thinking about this. So we have 30 more days. We thought it was only 2 weeks, but of course, every one of you that thinks a little bit deeper than just whatever the news tells you. Hey, Terry, every one of you knew that it's going to be deeper and longer than 2 weeks. I mean, if you watch what happened in China, you know it is going to be deeper and longer. And they really shut down that province. We haven't really shut down ourselves because nobody could enforce that in America. But here's the deal. You have a choice, a clear choice. You have a choice of feeling like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to us, blah, 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 and all that drama. You have the choice. You can choose to think that way, or you can do what some of my students do. Hey, Terry, how you doing? Some of my students do. You can choose what many of my student athletes do. I had a bunch of them connecting with me, and they're like, you know what, this is the winning attitude. We got to have the winning attitude. And the winning attitude is not a cocky attitude. The winning attitude is something that when I am facing an opponent that is as good as I am, or if it's better, then I need to equip myself the best way that I can for me to be victorious. And in this case, the best way we can equip ourselves is not by feeling sorry for ourselves that we cannot do this and we cannot do that, but looking at what we can still do. Look at what you can still do. Look at the fact that you are still alive. You still have a chance for this economy to come back whenever it's ready. So what you need to do is you need to study. You need to find ways of improving yourself. So when the economy does come back, you're gonna get stronger. You're gonna just jump out and just gonna be better. Like in my case, I do a bunch of things also online. I do a lot of for my golfers, for my athletes, for my entrepreneurs, I do a lot of mindset work for them. Do you think I slow down just because the economy slows down? Hell no, I'm not going to slow down. And the reason I'm not going to slow down is because this is the time for us. When we have some time for ourselves, this is the time for us to explode. This is the time for us to learn. This is the time for us to get deep. If you ever wanted to learn to meditate, this is the time for you to learn to meditate. Turn this into a victory. a victory for your self-development, a victory for your business when it comes back, a victory for, some of you may have had to close down, like I had to completely shut down. I had a big launch scheduled. Hey, Jason, I had to completely shut down that launch, and I had to absorb an incredible loss. But I don't care, because what I care about is, how am I going to make what's happening to me now a purpose? How am I going to make this into something that I can help millions and millions, hopefully millions of others? How am I going to go from that perceived victim? Hi, Monica. How am I going to go from that perceived victim to the victor that we all, every one of us, have inside us? Hey, Maddie. So here's the deal. It's a very simple process. When you feel lost, like for example, when I realized the financial impact of what this whole situation cost for me, when I realized that, then remember, some of you know, some of you don't, my family, my sisters have been under a lot of financial pressure because our father got ill. We had to support him. Then our mother has been on 24/7 care, and on top of everything else, my husband had a stroke in March. So it's been a very intense 4 years for our lives, financially as well as emotionally. But in the moment, I feel that grasp when the emotion says, oh shit, not again, or something, something shows up again. At that moment, I have a choice. And at that moment, you have a choice. And my choice is, am I going to now go on and feel sorry for myself? And sometimes, I got to admit, sometimes I go grab, a glass of beer and feel sorry for myself. It happens, okay? Thank God that those stores are still open as essential. It happens. So I feel sorry for myself for a little bit, and I was like, and I pout for a while. But then I said, okay, what can I learn from this? That then I can shift this experience. What is the learning in here that I can shift into building? Thank you so much. Keep up the great work, Terry says. What can I do that can shift that to make it into something that's gonna make me come out victorious when as a unit, as a country, we defeat this virus to the point, or at least have it draw back and just let us live again. Then we can come to the surface again. We're gonna need that energy. We're not gonna, like around here too, I'm seeing people like, oh, their head is down. I was like, guys, there are people on cruise ships stuck in their cabin, not knowing when are they going to get sick and potentially die. And you have this, you have the sunset. How the hell can you feel sorry for yourself, right? And it's the same thing. Every one of us have a little bit better, a little bit different than the others, okay? So make sure that whatever your situation is, dig deep, figure this out, make that shift. One of the things that I do and I teach in my courses is how we can reframe and anchor that negative into the positive. Like the same thing with all of my golfers. So many times that people that are my athletes that I work with, they are in a sporting situation, they are in an athletic situation, and they just messed something up. Like they just, sculled the ball and it went into the water in golf. Okay, am I going to feel sorry for myself for the next 20 minutes because I just did that? Or am I immediately going to say, okay, how can I make some really amazing golf shot? Or how am I going to, if I just missed a chance in soccer and I didn't score from the chance that I had? Like I had those a bunch of times. I had one game I will never forget where my coach said, Clara, you can't hit the cow's ass with a banjo. I mean, honestly, I had 4 chances to score and I just couldn't score. I literally was like one-on-one with the goalie and I would go like 1 foot right, 1 foot left, right, whatever it was. So did I just, then crumble? No, we can't, okay? So we have a different enemy. We have a different situation. I know you have difficulty, especially all of you that have children and you have to homeschool them while you're also trying to run your own business. Set schedules, set structure. This is a great time for us to set structure. I have the same thing going on at home. My husband is not used to me being home all the time, so he has needs. He wants me to do this, and I said, no, in the morning from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock is my time to improve things, to change things, to become a victor when we come out of this. Okay? So ladies and gents, do me a favor. Stop whining. Stop drama. Even if you had someone pass. Okay? And this is a tough one because I just talked to you about this 2 days ago. You got to understand that maybe this was their journey. Maybe this was the way they had to go. Okay? And yes, you have to feel grief. I felt grief after my father passing big time, and it came out in the most unexpected times. But it doesn't mean that it can keep you down. In fact, it fuels me even more to fight this thing and to come out victorious. Okay? So that was my message for today. Hope to see you tomorrow on our exercise. And that's specifically designed for children. But I just want you to know that it is up to you. It is your choice, how you're going to think and frame the situation that you are in. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Have a great, great, great day. And hopefully I gave you a good start to the week. And try to look at always the silver lining. Bye, everyone.